Hey there, my name is Anthony Romano, and in this video I'm going to tell you about what happens when you break ketosis and a few tips on managing this. So this is not going to be about simply cheat days. I have videos on keto cheat days, but this is just going to tell you what happens in your body basically when you do break ketosis and some smarter ways to go about doing it. So there's a couple options that you have when you break ketosis. Just keep in mind, my pup is right here, so I'm trying to be chill. There's a couple options you have. Whether you're breaking ketosis for cheat day, whether you're breaking ketosis for targeted keto day with exercise, whether you're doing it for keto cycling, or if you just enjoy having keto for the majority of your years and want to break keto every now and then like I do, this video will be useful for you. So let's start off with keto and activity. When you're having carbs, coming off of a keto diet or lifestyle, and you are doing activity, your body will basically use up those carbs for the activity. So one thing to always consider is doing activity and intense exercise will give you more of a gas tank with these carbs, okay? Think of it like a gas tank, actually. It's your body's muscle glycogen is what you want to be filling up. That's specifically the gas tank. So that means you want to avoid carbs that are going to avoid filling up that gas tank, particularly fructose. So I'll get into that in a moment. But when I'm talking about carbs that are more or less optimal for breaking ketosis for any purpose. So if you're doing activity, your body will use up the carbs. Sounds all good and well. Gives you more room to eat more carbs, and it won't leave you feeling bad in any particular way unless you're just going absolutely bananas on bananas, because any fruit contains fructose, and fructose is the type of sugar that doesn't create muscle glycogen. It creates liver glycogen. I mean, I'm sure a small part of it does go towards muscle glycogen, but for the most part, it's going to be filling up your liver glycogen. And this is not optimal because liver glycogen is not meant to be jam-packed. And it's your backup, it's your reserves. So, another bad thing about fructose is that you don't want to have too high of a sugar consumption from fructose. It's going to create more oxidative stress, more free radicals. It's basically the worst type of sugar, and it's also the sweetest type of sugar. That is why you hear about high fructose corn syrup. That's why you hear about things being sweetened with high amounts of fructose. So avoid breaking ketosis with the worst combination, which is these alcohols with high fructose corn syrup. And come back, come here. Come here. You're back, eh? Jump. Okay. Anyways, I was just talking to my dog there. Basically, a lot of people go on vacation. That's how they break ketosis, and they'll have these mojitos and high fructose corn syrup sweetened beverages along with alcohol, and they feel terrible. It's the worst combination of two things. You'd be better off having large amounts of alcohol with no sugar, and you'd feel better for sure. So, breaking ketosis. Types of carbs are important. You want carbs that are going to fill up your muscle glycogen, not your liver glycogen. Additionally, fructose in high amounts does create oxidative stress. So in general, don't overdo it from fructose. If you have the choice between a smoothie bowl and, a big sandwich, take the sandwich. If you have the choice between pizza and a smoothie bowl, take the pizza. It's funner and it's better for you in terms of how you're feeling in the short term anyways. So, additionally, oh yeah, this is just a sock thing. It looks kind of weird. Where I have my notes. Additionally, you want to avoid too much of grains that you have trouble digesting. So for some people, they have gluten intolerance. Some people, they have lectin intolerances. Some people have just hard times with wheat or barley or something. And whole grains will spike your blood sugar and your blood insulin much more than simple starches and simple sugars. So for this reason, it would be better for you to have literally a Snickers bar than crush a workout than having whole grain bread, having that long insulin spike, and bread with higher lectin content that's harder to digest. So in general, pick the funner carbs, but don't overdo it. How much you're spiking your blood sugar, blood insulin is ultimately the determiner of how you're going to feel. So for most people, if you're gonna go crazy, 200 to 250 grams is around the safe area. Go on, jump. Good girl. And so that's around the safe area. You don't have to go that high. On a lot of people, when they do targeted keto, they tend to have anywhere from 10 to 100 grams of carb, but they ensure they're getting it from quick digesting carbs. I have videos on targeted keto, and that targeted keto video that I have breaks down all this information that you'll need to know. However, this is just talking about breaking ketosis in general. So let's say you're going to a social event or something and you're not going to eat a keto meal from the menu. You would be better off having it somehow structured around a workout, either filling up your muscle glycogen stores before a workout or after a workout that you crushed earlier in the day, refilling back up those muscle glycogen stores. So again, you got to concern yourself with filling up the glycogen stores. It's not going to be high amounts of fructose, and that is just a general rule of thumb. So as I said, having an apple isn't a problem, but having a big smoothie bowl will probably mess you up, and you'll feel it worse than having a Snickers bar. Additionally, besides the fact you want to structure this all around your glycogen stores, having too many carbs, so large amounts, will of course risk you feeling not good, but it also will start to recruit the liver glycogen stores. It will start to fill those up because that's your bench, that's your backup team of carb energy. So having very large amounts of carbs will kick you out of ketosis longer. Basically, all as a result of filling up the muscle glycogen stores fully and then having the excess go to your liver. If your calories are in control, you won't spill over and gain fat, but you may still fill up those glycogen stores in your liver, which won't be optimal, and it will take you longer to get in ketosis again the next couple days. If you are somebody who's keto adapted, and if you've done keto for a month at least, right, that's the baseline that you need, then as soon as you've used up those carb stores, which will presumably only be going to your muscles, you should be back in ketosis shortly after the blood sugar and blood insulin have settled. However, if you are pushing it to the point where you're filling up the backup team, it will take as much time as you allow it to empty out the liver glycogen stores to get back into ketosis. So, of course, there are ways to get around this. You can have exogenous ketones to make you feel better, even though you won't technically be in full ketosis because your body will need to clear out that liver glycogen store, but it will give you a boost of ketones. You can also have MCT oil, which will boost your body's production of ketones. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is focusing on your glycogen stores. The carb energy stores are the biggest thing for all of this. So in general, I would advise you to focus on that, and that's why targeted keto goes so well with all of this. So in general, get it from the right types of carbs on the days that you're breaking ketosis. Try to throw in a workout if you can. Don't go too crazy. Don't have carbs from things that you may be intolerant to. A lot of carbs from grains and vegetables are bound to anti-nutrients. They're bound to lectins. They're bound to high amount of oxalate, things like this that you want to avoid in excess. So, example, when you have the option, I had some carbs the other day. What I did was I had a bowl of rice macaroni, so it's basically white rice, simple carb, simple starch, basically filled up my muscle glycogen stores right away, played a bunch of sports, so workout right after. I picked the gluten-free white rice variation of carb that's just going to fill up my muscle glycogen stores right away. Doesn't mean you have to do this every single time, but it means that you'd be better off doing it, and it will make the transition in and out of ketosis seamless if you do it in such a way. So that's the video. This is all of my tips on breaking ketosis properly. Of course, you can watch my video on keto cheat days to get more of an approach geared towards cheat days, but this is just stuff that you have to keep in the back of your head when you're breaking ketosis for whatever reason, whether it's for vacation, whether it's for exercise purposes, whether it's just because you feel like having some cake. And now hopefully you know the ways to go about it properly. Thanks for watching. My name is Anthony Romano. Peace.